Hi, this is Connie Haxby, licensed clinical social worker, and today's video is about something that I call the cup theory. And I'm not sure exactly where this theory came from. I probably heard it from another therapist when I was working at a psychiatric hospital. But I've explained this theory to many folks who tend to find themselves in some crowds that are less than healthy or relationships that are less than healthy. A lot of folks that I tell them that you're basically finding the same relationship just with a different face, these patterns of behavior. And when I have folks who say, what is it, why is it that all of these jerks are attracted to me? And that's when I bring up the cup theory. And so the cup theory states that when we're born, it's like we're an empty cup, okay? And throughout life, we get that cup filled with a lot of wonderful, healthy things like nurture, empathy, self-worth, boundaries, communication, trust, a sense of belonging, all of these wonderful things that fill our cup, that give us joy, and that turn us into healthy, happy human beings. So the theory behind this is that we will only be attracted to and attract people whose cups are as full or as empty as ours. And so when we're thinking about the people that we're choosing to surround ourselves with, if you look around and you're seeing folks that maybe their lives are filled with a lot of drama or a lot of addictions, or they have really poor boundaries, or they don't know how to communicate appropriately, they don't know how to express feelings and anger and affection and things like that appropriately, then you probably really need to take a step back and look at yourself and go, what is it that I am portraying? How is it that I'm choosing to live my life that, number one, not only am I attracting these people, but I'm also attracted to these people. And if you think about it, that's absolutely true, because if you look around, you hardly ever, if ever, see really healthy with it individuals with individuals that are not so healthy, and that's because the healthy individuals are going to look at this and go, I don't want any part of that. I did the recent video on red flags. I did the recent video on boundaries. And so when this really, really, really healthy person sees that this person has these red flags and has poor boundaries and all of these things that we hope to not have in our life, that don't give us that healthy well-being, then this person's going to run like the hills. They're going to go, not wanting to surround myself with this. And then it's likewise, this person who isn't so healthy is going to look at someone who really has it together, and maybe there's some resentment going on. Maybe there are some insecurities going on with this person, that they look at this and they're feeling really insecure because they don't have these healthy qualities for whatever reason. And it's not necessarily any fault of this person, whose cup is only half full. A lot of it has to do with the way that we grew up. So we're talking about nurture. We want to make sure that we're nurturing those around us. And if you were neglected or abandoned, or, didn't feel like you were getting your needs met, even as young as infancy and being a toddler, those things can stick with you for years. And so what we want to try to do is to recognize, my cup is only half full and I need to fill it. So I need to, go and hopefully get therapy and work out the issues that are keeping me, from filling my cup. So if I have abandonment issues, if I have issues with communication, if I have issues with boundaries, any of these things, poor coping skills, addictions, and that's not only drugs and alcohol, but also gambling and shopping and sex and the internet, anything that you're using to cope that would be considered unhealthy, looking at the reasons why you're using those things and learning some true, valuable, healthy coping skills to get your cup, more full. Once we do that, then we're going to be, up here at this level, and then we're going to attract people who are healthy, and we're going to be attracted to people that are healthy. So keep that in mind. Again, I did this video on the red flags. So keep it in mind the next time that you're choosing to decide who you're going to surround yourself with. And again, this isn't just in like love relationships. but friend relationships as well. There was this guru, this sort of like professional personal guru named Jim Rohn, Rohn, and he said that we are an average of, the 5 people that we spend the most time with. And again, that's absolutely true. You hear that birds of a feather flock together. And I don't know when you were growing up, but my mom would say, choose who you surround yourself with, because you will be judged based on who you decide to hang around. And again, that's absolutely true, even into adulthood. So get your stuff together, get this stuff straightened out, learn how to deal and cope and work through all of these issues so that you do not attract and continue to be attracted to people that are unhealthy. One more thing to point out about that is if you, and this happens sometimes, if you are really digging deep and you're like, I'm still finding that, I've got all of these folks that, tend to just, reach out and sort of like kind of cling on to me. But I really feel like I got my stuff together. I hate to put labels on it, but you probably have some codependent traits going on. It feels good to want to take care of other people. It feels good to want to, be there for them and be a people pleaser and all that kind of stuff. So if you honestly feel like you've got your life together, but all these people that are surrounding you in your life don't, and they've got that cup only half full kind of thing going on, you may want to take a deeper look at yourself and kind of question, do I have some codependency stuff going on where I'm wanting to fix those people around me, where I'm wanting to, do things for others and again, sort of break down my own boundaries and get some resentments towards other people who take advantage of me under the guise of, well, I'm doing a good thing, I'm helping out. So you really want to look at that as well, because that's a whole other set of issues. And I'll probably do a video on codependency coming up, because there's, you could line up 10 different folks who have some of those codependent traits, and they could all look completely different. And so I think that might be a nice video to go along with this one in the future. So get your stuff together, look at what has been happening in your life that you've not been able to fill your cup, get that cup full, and I promise you, you will attract and be attracted to healthier people in your life. Okay? Once again, these videos are informational purposes only, not used to treat or diagnose. If you need any sort of mental health treatment, please contact your local provider, including a psychiatrist or a therapist, and get the treatment that you need. Until next week, have a great day.